What up? I'm Little Mike.
And I'm Funny Bone.
Together we are
Mike Bone.
Okay, the first question is, of course, what tribe are you?
With Choctaw and Pawnee. One more Pawnee. Pawnee over here.
And you guys are raised in Oklahoma City?
Raised here in the city. So we're city natives. We like to call ourselves.
Mostly on the north side of Oklahoma City.
Do you see yourself moving anywhere?
No.
Do you see that?
Not really.
Yeah.
If I do move anywhere, it'd have to be someplace like Oklahoma, like Fort Smith, Arkansas, Kansas City.
Mm.
You know, it has to
Somewhere with no earthquakes and no hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
Tornadoes I can handle.
Okay, what age
Is this on?
and how did you get into this music business?
We both started at the age of 12, which is weird because we're not twins. So he started at 12, and I'm 5 years younger, so I started 5 years later after that.
I started out dancing like Michael Jackson and doing poetry. And then a couple of years later, just fell into the rap thing.
And I kind of fell in. No, I'm just kidding. I kind of, he brought me on as like a comedy act, which is kind of how I got my name, just being a funny guy. And I would do jokes in between his set. And then I slowly started to get in on songs and then do my own thing. And it was meant to be.
And that's how you got your nickname, Dancing?
Yeah,
Lil
people
Mike.
call me Little Michael Jackson. And then it went from Little Michael Jackson to, hey, Little Mike. And I was like, I kind of like that. So now everybody calls us Little Mike and Funny Bone. And
Mike Bone. Mike Bone would be driving by and Mike Bone.
even my grandma called me Little Mike and him Funny Bone.
Yeah. The only person that don't call us by our stage name is our sister, which it kind of gets on her nerves.
Yeah.
I don't answer to that name.
She had to say it like 3 times.
Gotta
I'm
be-
talking to you.
She gotta be different, huh?
She's like, I'm not calling you Funny Bone.
Just call me Bone then.
I'm not calling you Bone. She calls him Mike, don't she?
Yes.
Yeah, she calls him Mike. Messed up.
Okay, where do you guys pull inspiration from for your songs, and is your writing a team effort?
Yeah, our inspiration comes from God and just life situations, and you know, we use our life situations that we deal with and our relationship with God. So that's kind of like what we base our songs off of, or just our heritage, our culture, what we know about it, being from the city. We're just digging into it, trying to get in on it. So we do write our own stuff, but occasionally I'll help him out, or he'll help me out, or sometimes he'll have to write something for me. I'm like, man, I'm just stuck. I'm blocked.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we write all our own stuff. It's all original.
Yeah. We don't like to write before we hear the beat. We like to hear the beat and then write.
Yeah.
Because the beat gives off a vibe. And we want to stay in that vibe.
You don't just throw some lyrics on a beat and hope for the best. We like to mold the lyrics to the beat and make it fit perfectly.
Yeah, because I do have some songs that I wrote without a beat, and I'm like, there's no perfect beat for this song. So it's best to write to a beat than for a beat. So.
What about mainstream artists, like who has, inspired you, or who do you like? Who's your favorites?
My favorites would be...
Take it back, take it back, take it back.
Oh, should I take it back? Well,
Come on now.
When I first started with the rapping, I knew I wanted to perform. And since I was already, biting off of Michael Jackson, I was like, well, who raps and dances? And I was like, well, there's MC Hammer and there's Vanilla Ice. And then there was the little, I liked the boy bands back then because they were singing and dancing, and I was like, we got to do that like with rapping though. And so that, and then when I was growing up, I was listening to like the Gospel Gangsters and T-Bone, and then it grew up into Mr. Dale and Seven, Triply and the Craig.
Yeah, Craig.
But now, I just like.
There's no mainstream artist that we really listen to. All the artists that we listen to pretty much do it like us. It's underground, and it all pretty much has the same message. Whether it be just a positive message or a Christian message, doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. I mean, if you've heard our stuff, so I mean, you know it's hot if we listen to it.
We try to, if you listen to how we word the lyrics, we try to take the sound of every song that we've heard before. Like, there's some songs that people listen to and go, I can hear that on a rock and roll track. Well, that's funny because I wrote it from a rock and roll track. And same thing with him, like, you know, people like, man, I can hear that, you know, or that sounds like the melody from this classical song that I did. He'd be like, actually, that is the melody from the classical song. I just thought it'd sound tight on the rap.
That sounds like Mozart. That is Mozart. I wrote it in the pattern.
We try to take different elements of different styles of music and put that on in a rap form. Just to play with it and see who figures it out, or just to be different from the styles of rap that's out there right now.
One reason I want to touch on the fact that we don't listen to mainstream artists is because the artists nowadays, they don't make music like they used to. None of the music is don't have no substance.
It's manufactured.
It's all
studio
fake. I mean, there's no meaning to it. It's just, here it is, It's like, you made that? Really? You took time out of your day to put that on the radio?
Yeah.
Where do you guys stand on auto-tune?
It's for certain beats. Auto-tune is for certain beats.
Or for certain singers.
Yeah, for certain. Now, see, I've used auto-tune, but I can sing. We have a song called Wifey, which has auto-tune on it, and I'm singing on the hook. And that song is like, next to Rain Dance, is one of our most played, most downloaded, most loved. I know all the ladies put it on repeat. They got it on the ringtones. And the only reason we used auto-tune is because it melded with the beat better, if melded is a word. It just flowed with the beat perfect. I sang it without the auto-tune, and it was good.
And then the producer was like,
let me try
this. And then we were like, wow.
That's it right there.
It just popped.
Yeah.
Like, that just feels right.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd use it for dimensions, but not for...
Right.
Not for everything.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
not for everything.
Yeah, it's not for everything.
Auto-tune is not for everything.
Yeah.
Out in Oklahoma City, where was your first, you'd say, large audience? Like, where did you perform large audience? First one. And what do you
First
think?
large audience was for a Jefferson Middle School talent show. And I performed this Michael Jackson skit where I DJ too, so I mixed from the Jackson 5 era to the Jackson era.
It was an awesome show. I actually remember
to the older Jacksons with the afro, and then I went from that until like Billie Jean, and then Black and White, and then I went into the newer stuff that was out in that era. I don't remember what track it was, but not only did I mix it from that and I was dancing in it, I started out with an afro. I had bell bottoms. and I had a loud color shirt on, and I was like dancing, dancing, dancing. And then like
And it was like,
as soon as the music was changing up, I ripped off the bell bottoms, which was basically covering up some knee pads, and you know, and then ripped off the shirt and I had, you know, other shirt on, and it was like the look of it, and then I ripped that off and hair fell down, and I was like, and people was like, that was awesome. He like grew up Michael Jackson, but on stage. It was just like, I won that talent show, and I didn't expect to win, and there was like, the whole crowd was like, it was a bunch of all the students, and then a bunch of all the teachers, and a whole bunch of parents. And that was the biggest show I did, and I was like, the stage is where I need to be.
First show was, I think it was with him, was at the, I think it was the State Fair.
Yes.
My first big show. So it was the Oklahoma City State Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And we did the bandshell stage.
Yep.
If you've been to Oklahoma City, you know where that's at. And it was a pretty packed event, man. I don't know what event it was, but it was
called Feeding the 5,000.
Feeding the 5,000.
And there was a lot of people there, and they were all hungry. No.
Yeah, we rocked that.
Did you come up with the rain dance?
I came up with the rain dance in high school. It's actually a song I wrote, and Mike had to collaborate with me down the road. I think maybe how many years after that it's been out?
What I would say.
I released it in '05, which is when I graduated. It was my senior year in high school. Every year I would perform at the talent show. In my senior year, Northwest Classroom, they didn't have a talent show. They X'd it. I don't know why, I don't know what the reason was, and I was like, oh man, this can't happen. I was like, I gotta go out with a bang. This is my year. You know, I gotta rock the stage somehow. So I found something to get into. It was the Brotherhood Assembly, and I asked, how do I get into this? They said if I did something, it had to be educational and ethnical. So I got to work, got in the books, and this is the first time I started really studying my culture, my heritage, my background, and really just diving into my native roots. And came up with the rain dance, and the rain dance was, you know, that was the first time I performed. It was at Northwest Class in 2005, and then further down the road we came up with the remix, which is what everybody knows now as the original. And the one we did on America's Got Talent, and he hopped on it. We did a music video for it. It's awesome. I don't know how many views it's got now, but it's climbing. So it's been a hit ever since.
I didn't really research nothing. I just wanted to sound like Little John.
See, a lot of
bread snacking,
a lot of people
crashing.
hit us up with that. Yeah, that Little John sounded blah blah blah. If you know us and you followed us from day one, you know that Mike actually started out with the yeah way before Lil Jon even broke out.
Yeah.
So,
See, I was listening to like,
and all his friends know that. So.
I was listening to like Metallica and like Scream. Anything that had Scream in it, I liked it. I liked it. This guy his name was Miracle, and he screamed. I liked it Mystical, and he screamed. And I liked it Onyx, because they screamed. And I was just like, anything that screamed, I like it. And so, you know, I started out, like my first screaming song was called Bounce with Some Love. And everybody was like saying, oh, you trying to sound like Mystical. Now when they go back and hear it, they go, oh, you trying to sound like Lil Jon. Lil Jon wasn't even created then. I was screaming like that way before Lil Jon, but hey, it happens, you know. I did the sideways moonwalk, and where you moonwalk like that, and next thing I saw, Usher was doing the sideways moonwalk, and then I had the skates, like the Heelys,
Yeah,
and I learned how to dance on them. I bought them at a mall. This guy was like, hey, I'm selling these shoes, they're gonna be the next big thing. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll buy some. I don't really buy $100 shoes, but for the fact that I was like, those are traveling shoes, so that's worth something. Because I always made fun of people who buy $100 shoes on. Like, do it got a calculator on it? Do it got a calculator on it? Do it got a hidden pocket?
Why is it
Do
$100?
Do it light up at night so you can see where
drive
you're
it.
walking? And I was like, well, shoot, I don't even have to take driver's ed for these shoes. It just go. And next time I seen them, I seen Usher dancing in them. And I was like, I think Usher is tracking me and stealing all my stuff.
Somebody's watching us and like stealing our moves.
But,
and our
you know, when he did it, he just came out skating. I was like, man, I bet you can't dance in them. I can dance in them.
He didn't even look stable on him when he came out.
Man.
He looked like he was finna fall off.
But I can dance in them.
Yeah.
People were like, oh my God, how did you do it?
Yeah.
But
Hey, you know, everybody's asking about America's Got Talent. Where did you guys actually audition at?
We auditioned for America's Got Talent in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, and what led up to that?
See, the thing was, 2 years prior, we had auditioned for America's Got Talent in Dallas. And this was not the celebrity round, because there's an initial audition you have to go through to even go to, you know, celebrities. And we're just waiting in line all day. And then you go to this room with these no-name judges, and they're like, go. And, you know, there's no sound system, there's no lights, there's no microphones, and they're just like, go. And so we do our thing, and they're like, no, we're not looking for rap. 2 years later, they call us, and they're like, hey, our producer saw your video, we loved it, we would want you guys to audition. And we're like,
no.
No. We're like, where's it? Nah. We're like, I'll tell you what, take the video and use that as a submission. And so they took that, they called us back, they're like, hey, you guys made it. You made it to the celebrity round in San Antonio, we got your tickets, blah, blah, blah. And so we go down to San Antonio, we rock the stage, blew the judges away, and rest is history.
Going on there. What'd you think about the behind the scenes and?
Whew.
What-
We
what's on there?
heard everything was like, you know, scripted and stuff. Which, I mean, it's Hollywood weird. So it's a little I don't know.
It's different. Like,
It was an experience to get out
to
there.
watch it on TV, you're like, wow, that took, 7 days. But for TV, it just took like 30 minutes.
Mhm.
So you're
whole
like,
process.
wow, I don't know. Like, TV is amazing,
Mm,
how they edit it and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
like, they made us look taller, I know that much.
Yeah. Made him look nervous. I think he looked nervous on the San Antonio.
I couldn't help it. Them
He was all
TV
like-
things was big. Them little recording things they had, like, all in our face was like, raw. And I'm like,
Yeah. So it was a long, draining process.
Uh.
Long, draining process. They got us running and doing this over and over again, like walk from that to that and do it again and act excited.
and I feel bad for people that shoot movies.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's a
I
lot
bet
of
that's,
shooting.
that's a lot of shooting, man.
Maybe it was just them. I don't know,
I
but
don't know, but
it's long and they just a lot of recording, a lot of walking, a lot of talking.
yeah.
So overall, do you think you guys had a fair shake as far as everything went?
Yeah, I think we,
We blew it out the park. We did what we do best. We performed, and they, their film crew and their editors, they did what they do. They made the show. And,
yeah, we did our best and they didn't like our best, so,
Okay.
it
So
is what it is.
is there anything you'd have done different?
Not really.
probably wouldn't have taught Alex to know how to wash his hands.
I probably would have. I think I would have talked to more people in the.
Probably would have made more connections, like numbers and email addresses with
Yeah.
some of the acts that were
'Cause
there.
There was so many acts there.
That was the coolest part.
That was the
being
best part. Was making friends with some of the acts, and I think we spent too much time with a certain few of the acts when we could have been mingling with a
Spreading
whole
the
lot of
love.
other ones. Like, I really wanted to meet that band, the Hitman, American
Yeah.
Hitman. We only met them a couple times, and I really didn't really
Talk.
talk to them.
Yeah.
So but they were awesome. And I only met that little screamo girl like 2 times, and I didn't talk to her because I didn't know she was a screamo girl. And if I would have known, that would have been my best friend. So, yeah.
But there's nothing we would have did different. I think it was exactly how it was supposed to go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you're back in Oklahoma City now, post show. What's changed?
After America's Got Talent,
Mm-hmm.
We were already halfway famous.
here in Oklahoma. See,
And
when
now we're all the way famous, I guess. And people, it took us like 30 minutes to get in and out of a store being stopped, and now it takes like 2 hours.
restaurant waiters,
And
like,
that's just
give me your
'cause-
autograph.
That's just because
I
we're
gotta take
nice,
a picture with me.
and we're like, yeah, take all the pictures you want.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. We were getting it already here in Oklahoma City, so we're used to it. It's just more so now we get it. But the week it aired, our episode aired, and we were in Branson, Missouri, and we're walking through the mall, and we're getting stopped left and right, and people are taking pictures and going, "Oh my God!" See, what we're not used to is people going, "America's Got Talent," pointing at us.
We used to
people going,
Mike Bone!
Mike Brown, like, and then they take pictures with us. But this was a whole different thing, and this is in a whole different state, and so we felt like we were at home, kind of, you know. And the people we were with, I think they got tired of it because they kept getting stopped. We had to keep stopping, and like the people that would take a picture with us, like, "Can you hold the camera?" Like, and our friends are like, "We're
I'm
just
not a
gonna-
camera holder.
We'll be over there." Like, so.
What's the feedback from, your hardcore fans about you being on the show?
A lot of them are mad and want to know what happened. I just like to say it went how it was supposed to go, you know, and it went exactly as planned. And we did our show. I mean, all our fans that know us know how we do a show. I mean,
Yeah.
you can look it up on YouTube.
We was as crunk as we crunked the crunk, and they didn't like the crunk.
I don't know.
We some crunk natives, crunk, 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 crunk.
So, but a lot of our fans are like mad, and like we got I mean, if you go on YouTube, you see all the comments on the America's Got Talent video. There's like cussing out America's Got Talent, and there's saying F them, and who is Howard Stern? He doesn't know what talent is, and da 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 da. And like somebody, what was that? They commented about Heidi Klum and said, what was her talent again? Oh yeah, everything about her is Photoshop. And this is not me saying this. This is people, our fans, like.
I would just say, they don't need to hate on how the judges
It's
judged.
good. Everything is good, people.
Yeah, we rap, and they was expecting rap and more dance, and we weren't, dancing up to par. So, they were like, well, we wanted more this and that. What we had and what they wanted didn't meet.
Yeah, their expectation. The judges expected us to dance, and we didn't know that. So we just went out there with the thought, okay, we're gonna do this song.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a routine really, but we did what we did, and we had a couple moves that we normally do on that song, and they were like, that was it, like I said, they wanted more dancing, and so I mean, what they expected, what we expected, just kind of didn't come together. So.
And you guys grew up in the city. What about how are you received in the Native community? How's that been?
The Native community, all the reservations, everybody is just supporting us fully. I love it. We're getting love all the way up in Canada, Saskatchewan, I think that's how you say it. And they're loving us. The Navajo reservations just blowing us up.
Aboriginals in Australia.
Australia, yeah, Native people off in Australia, they hitting us up. And, so we're getting a lot of good response, a lot of good feedback, and a lot of people just love what we're doing, and they're like, man, it's time. It's time you know, somebody from the Native community made it out, you know.
Yeah.
What's next for Microphone?
What is next? We want to take over the radio station. Nah.
Our plan is to get maybe like an endorsement deal where we're trying to work open some doors with maybe a car company, you know, like the small ones, like how Shaq does with the lacrosse. Shameless plug. Maybe we could even do a commercial with Shaq in the back, you know, talk about the leg room.
Look at all that leg room.
When we're driving, like, hey Shaq, you comfortable? Like, no. That'd be funny. Us next to Shaq. Oh my
God.
God.
How are you reaching the pedals? With my foot.
So, or maybe like Nike. They have a shoe for Native Americans.
Oh yeah.
We have a song about that shoe, and we got to perform that.
That's a good. We're gonna re-record that to make it more better, up to date, and better quality. Because we recorded that a long time ago.
Long time ago.
We're gonna write that.
Just recently got to perform it for the project coordinator and the manager of the N7 division of Nike, and they loved it. So maybe we could work up something with that. Also trying to get in some doors with some other daytime talk shows, maybe even a late night talk show,
Like Ellen DeGeneres.
or Conan O'Brien with his hair and his little thing that he does. You know, maybe even perform halftime for the Thunder. There's another door we're trying to get in because, you know, halftime show, half-size people. Yeah. So, voila! That was amazing.
What, you want to pick a card? What is that?
This is the album featuring the hit song Rain Dance and Wifey, which is the one the ladies put on repeat, which drives the dudes crazy. You know, 22 songs on that bad boogie. Oh my God. 22 songs.
And
Can't go wrong.
it's on.
The crazy thing is, we've got fans of all ages, all races. We got old white ladies that love our music. We got young little kids that love our music, and babies like
People that don't even like rap.
Yeah,
That like our music.
like country guys love our music, or rock bikers, you know, love our music. We even got deaf fans,
Oh yeah,
which is amazing.
That's our favorite part. We had this deaf. There's a couple of deaf guys that come up to us and they're like, "I really like your music." Well, they have interpreters that say that or whatever. And he's like, it's just like the beat and
They feel it, is what they say.
and they also said like the way that how we use the transitions in our song. It doesn't. I guess it doesn't feel the same as other music. So I don't know what it is.
Our music feels different, so that's real cool.
What about future CDs you guys have? Are you working on the next
Yeah, we
project?
actually-
Working on
Okay.
it.
This is a
Working on
preview right here
All right.
of our next album. It's gonna be titled "Oh City." As of now, it's gonna be titled "Oh City." Things might change, but that's got sneak peek tracks of what's to come. We got one of our songs on the radio right now called "Freshest." One is the title track. It's called "Oh City," which we'll be performing this.
We might shoot a video to "We Bout To," which is it's like a praise and worship song, and it's basically saying we're about to praise or we're about to represent Christ anywhere, but you know how Mike Bone do it. We don't really say it like that.
We about to do it big. Overall, just do it big. We about to.
So yeah,
That song's on YouTube. You can look it up. We about to type in Mike Bone. You see it. It's real nice. Got like 18,000 views already.
and also same thing with this one. We on like halfway done CDs with 12 songs on it. We're not gonna be done until we have like 20 or 22 songs, and then we'll put that CD out. And we're what?
Everybody's waiting.
We're at 10
We
right
get
now.
people
Maybe.
coming up. They got all the albums, and they're like, "You got something new yet?" And they're like, "We're working on it. We've been busy. We got shows. We got caught up with the America's Got Talent, and we're like just traveling now. So we got a lot of stuff on the
Plus,
plate."
we don't freestyle rap, so we we like to take our time with our music and make sure that, you know, it's a hit, what you're getting, and not just something we threw together and said, here.
Yeah, and not just 7 songs. We fill the CD up. We try to get at least 20 songs, if you know, because that's all the CD can hold. So we try to give you what you pay for.
Yeah.
So.
What shows? You guys got bookings, shows? What's the schedule look like?
Ooh, all of our shows are listed on
ReverbNation.com /
Mike Bone.
Mike Bone. That's MikeBone.
BONE.
And MikeBoneMusic.com. That's under construction right now. So you'll be able, that should be the next spot to get all the hotness. All the merchandise, t-shirts.
That's what I was going to ask about, shirts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, you can get t-shirts on Reverb Nation right now. People are getting them.
Just click on the store.
Do the Rain Dance shirts. You can get Mike Bone shirts. You get all kinds. There's a bunch of designs. Go to ReverbNation.com / Mike Bone. And if all else fails, just Google us.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you guys, community is important. What would be your message to the younger generation coming up now as far as staying with their dreams and staying out of trouble?
Our message to the younger people, mine would be that you don't sit to the side and let life pass you by, because the worst thing that can happen is you could be somebody. You know, you could do something, you can inspire people, you might do something amazing, something somebody's never did before. And you might inspire and change people's lives, and that's a great feeling. And that's why we do what we do.
My message would be, you don't have to always try to fit in. I was always the different one in high school, and look where I am now. Me trying to be different, it makes me stand out, and a lot of people notice me. Everybody want to be famous, but everybody want to follow the trends.
Mm-hmm.
Stop following trends and be yourself, or be a different kind of person, and people will be like, I want to be like that. You can't be like somebody else and be like, I want to be like that. So, yeah.
Smoking ain't gonna get you nowhere. Drinking don't have no benefits. Everything that these people are doing that are famous now and they're talking about is so fun. I mean, they do that because they're rich already and they can. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's only a temporary high. And, you know, I feel bad for how they really feel. You know, they're destroying their bodies, and they're not going nowhere. They're not making no progress, and they're destroying the future generations. I mean, you could be that person that revives us, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever you got dreams, you know, do it and do good with it.
Yeah, what he said. And Tupac said it best. He said, listen to the lyrics of the music that you listen to and hold the artist accountable for what they say. Because if they're not, you know, bettering you in your life or motivating you to do better things with your life, then that's a problem for you and that artist.
Yeah.
Because he's leading you down the wrong path and you're just following him. So
I got a quote I say is don't go down a dead end road thinking it's gonna get you somewhere. You know, yeah, all these people you see like on Cops, and they get caught up doing this and doing that, you know, trying to be cool, trying to fit in, and you know, whether it's you know, sleeping around or doing drugs. I mean, and then at the end of the day, it's not gonna get you anywhere. It's not gonna get you anywhere you want to be. So,
yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, you guys send off.
it's Lil Mike and Funny Bone from Oklahoma City. You gotta stay native, stay blessed, and if you need a party thrown,
Call Mike Bone.